Hey everybody, it's Tess. Today I want to talk about everything you should know if you are a stoner and also have mental health. A little bit about me, I'm obviously a stoner
with extreme mental health.
I also used to work in drug and alcohol treatment centers in the state of California where I had to have my RADT1 and my RADT2. Editing Tessa here, I don't know why I wanted you guys to be psychic, but an RADT1 is a registered alcohol/drug technician. Forgot to say that in the video. So this is just a list of knowledge and tips and tricks that I've compiled on how to live my best stoner life whilst also having mental health.
I'll only be speaking from my perspective because I don't want to speak on any other mental health disorders that I don't have.
So let's get into the video. The first thing I want to talk about is object permanence. So object permanence is something that I struggle with having ADHD and BPD. And essentially, object permanence is the idea that you still know things exist even though you can't see them, hear them, they're not in the room, and you can't essentially sense them in any other sense of the senses. This can manifest in you being like really sad because your cat walked out of the room. You know that they're alive somewhere, but it feels like they're not. That's object permanence. Object permanence can also manifest whilst smoking. For example, do you ever hit your bowl once and then forget to hit it for like 30 to 40 minutes? That could be a result of object permanence. If the bowl is not continuously roasting, you do not have a trigger in your hand to tell you, keep smoking, keep smoking. Whereas with a joint or a blunt, the object permanence allows your brain to understand it's still burning, it's still in my hand. I need to keep smoking. Whereas with a bowl or a bong or something that you pick up once to hit and then put down, the second that it is out of your senses, it can be out of your brain and you will literally forget to smoke. And it's not because you're trying to not get high. It's just because the object permanence is too real. And that kind of segues me into my first tip for if you suffer with object permanence or
dissociation.
I have BPD, so I also suffer from dissociation, which means I will hit a bowl once and dissociate for 40 minutes staring at a wall. Something that has really helped me snap out of the object permanence/dissociation problem is setting an alarm every 2 minutes.
I'm not joking.
If you're smoking by yourself and you know that you have a hard time with taking a hit of the bowl and then you'll leave it for 40 minutes even though it'll be right in front of you, set an alarm for every 2 minutes and take a hit every time that alarm goes off. Trust me, you will not have to worry about the object permanence or the dissociation again. Pro tip though, set the alarms right before you smoke whilst you're still sober because
I have tried to set the alarms while smoking and I just dissociate and I forget to set the alarms.
So absolutely set the alarms before you start smoking, but then as long as they're going off every 2 minutes, you're taking a hit every 2 minutes and you're gonna get a lot higher than you have been. Now if you're like me and you have panic disorder and you know there are certain situations
like seeing my parents, no offense, Mom and Dad, I love you very much, it's just sometimes it's a little bit anxiety provoking.
Pack before you panic. I can't stress this enough. If you know that you're gonna be in a situation where you're gonna come home and you're gonna be really stressed, make sure that bowl is packed for you. Or let's say you're going out and about and you know you're gonna be in a place or an area or a situation that's gonna give you stress, make sure you have a packed bowl or a joint or anything with you to go so you don't even have to worry about the unnecessary stressor of also needing to smoke while in the situation. The last thing you wanna do is try to pack a bowl or roll a joint when you are panicked. It does not work. We all know there. I have a sweaty hands. It does not roll well with joint paper. I got into the habit of packing before I panic and now I just always leave a loaded bowl for myself. This works great with school, with work, just knowing that you're already walking into a packed bowl. Oh, it literally, it lifts a weight off the mental. Now this next tip I have is called medicate before your meds. Especially if you've just gotten a diagnosis and you are just about to get on brand new medication that you've never been on before, I can't stress this enough. You're gonna wanna smoke before you take those meds. Depending on what your medication could be, it could make you nauseous, it could make you irritable, it could make you not have an appetite in which you can't even eat unless you smoke. So I highly recommend medicate before you take your psych meds or your meds in general. It doesn't have to be psych meds. Another tip I picked up along the way of things that have helped me with my mental health journey is for sure waking and baking. When I wake and bake, I just feel so much better on the days that I don't wake and bake. Those days are always a lot harder For me with BPD, sometimes I wake up at a 10 angry and I don't really know why. It's just the emotion inside. But I really can't turn that off by myself, so I need to smoke in order to do so. And the days that I try to fight that, it just ends up so bad because my body and my brain knows.
Girl, if you were just to ingest some THC, we would be very happy. But we can't be because you're not doing that.
And we're just having to survive in raw dog life out here, which my mental health does not necessarily like to do. So I just had to work with myself and realize, you know what? It's time in your life. You just need to make the time every single day to make sure that you can get up and you can have your self-care time to smoke and make sure your brain's right before you even have to interact with anybody, let alone your own brain. But that pretty much concludes it for this very short video of things you need to know if you're a stoner with mental health. I hope you guys learned something. I hope maybe one of these things works for you if you have any of these problems. If you end up trying it and it does work, let me know down in the comments below. If you're not following me on TikTok and you want to do more sit down, hang out, smoke sessions, I do them every single day, usually between the hours of 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. I know, it's early. I like my me time. I like it to be quiet in the house. I like to be the only one awake. But come on and hang out with us over there. We have a really good time. I also make funny stoner content there too. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a good morning time, nap time, night time, snack time, whatever's coming next for you. I hope you do it. Hi. I love you guys. Bye.